Good morning, listeners. Welcome
Morning.
out of Chiang Mai. Welcome to another StartupGeist Podcast. This is a We Are Self-Made episode. This is not your traditional show on entrepreneurship with critic quotes about failing fast and often, but an honest look at the good, bad, and ugly. This is the fourth and last check-in and update I get from Felipe. He's known for building several e-commerce businesses. And thanks for coming back on the show. Thanks for agreeing to share your journey being documented over the last 6 months. Thanks for coming back, and good morning, Felipe. You look great. You just were checking your hair. It's like
Open the door. Sorry about that.
that's okay. On a scale from 1 to 10, how happy, content are you right now?
I'm like a 7. I'm a 7 or an 8 right now. I just moved into a new apartment with a good friend of mine, and things are going well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where's this apartment in Chiang Mai?
It's Canal Road and Hoi Kau Road, so I got a big room now.
Oh, nice. How much do you pay for the room?
The apartment's 22,000 baht, so it's like 11,000 each.
Okay. And it's John, right? John is part of the podcast too, so you guys are living together now. How long
Yeah.
is this commitment for you guys?
Monthly.
Monthly. Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really, really, really flexible.
Yes. Okay, let's jump right into the update. Last time we spoke, we were talking about two stores. Your older first store plummeted in sales last year, whereas your new store, the second one, increased in sales heavily. You lost quite some weight. You were about to go on a trip with your friends, where you knew you can't be working as much as usual. And it was Christmas or January time anyway, so a little slow, low time. Let's reconcile what happened over the last 4 to 6 months. Weeks. Please give us a
Yeah,
short
so
update.
it was a crazy time. I went to Vietnam, and then I had a 10-day period where my friends were coming. So I came back from Vietnam. I had 10 or 12 days, and at that time it was like hard because I was kind of in limbo, waiting for them and stuff like that. So when they came for like 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks.
Okay.
So in terms of work, I mean, this was like I basically been on vacation all of January. All January I was on vacation.
Okay. How does it make you feel looking back? Is this
It was good.
guilt, much needed time? How do you
No, no, it was good. It was good to see my friends. It was good to see my friends. We're very different now because I left about a year ago and on this journey, and I've definitely grown. And I mean, I respect and love them and
yeah.
cherish their friendships. Just it was difficult being a tour guide. Um, Definitely not my forte. So that was like energy spent. All of January, I was basically on vacation.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I was just waiting for the time where I could go back and just like look at my Shopify dashboard and just be more present in my business, you know? So
I would like to
there
talk
challenges,
about
there were challenges. But it's funny, it's like when you work for someone else, like all you want to do is be on vacation. But when you work for yourself, it's really like there's never really a vacation. Like even when you're on vacation, you're still thinking about it. So it's like a catch-22, but in a way it's like kind of my life and I kind of enjoy it. So I kind of missed the structure. You know what I mean? Like people like to go away to lose their structure. I missed my structure. Right?
That's a good point, and it's such a life lesson, right? That the grass on the other side is always greener. So
Yeah.
I want to talk about just briefly a point you mentioned. And I think a lot of people struggle with it. Let's talk about the people. Like let's say your friends, and we don't make it about your friends, but they symbolize the people who are at home, and one of them might feel, oh, I have something in me that is bigger than myself. But to do so, I would need to leave my hometown. But this means I leave my friends, and I'm so afraid to leave them. And will my friendship suffer? So I want to address those people who are like kind of thinking, well, on the fence of leaving. They are not really happy at home, but they want to stay in this comfort zone. And then people like you who made the jump, who are living the dream, and now realizing, damn it, I'm as expected. I'm distancing myself from the people who were used to having me around, but my journey is in a different direction. How do you handle with this? So let's first talk about the people what are recommendations, because you made the jumps, you were at the fence. What are a few thoughts around helping people to make the jump? And then let's talk about the situation you were
And
in.
it depends what you have to evaluate if you're happy.
Yeah.
I mean, in the position, and it's going to be unique to every person. I mean, in the position that
Sure.
I was, it wasn't anything wrong with my friends, actually. It was just the direction that I was going, not really having a goal, just kind of like, I kind of actually said it to a friend, like life was coming at me and I wasn't going to at life in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I needed to make a change, and it had to be a radical one. Um, I feel like I've really grown, and that's going to be shocking. Like, I mean, going back home the first time in the summer after 6 months abroad, you realize that. Like, now living a full year abroad, it's going to be very different. So if you want to keep your life, if you're content with your life, you're content with your friends, you're content with everything that's going on in your life, don't leave. But if you're not, then maybe you should, for sure.
Yeah. And would you recommend to leave to Asia and Thailand because it's an easy first entry if you have never left home
Totally,
before? Or
totally depends on what your goals are. I mean, if you're doing like business goals, depends how you work. I mean, it's a very easy place to like be comfortable. I definitely made a lot more money, and I definitely hustled a lot harder in Canada, ironically, because of that pressure. Whereas here, like $1,000 a month, you can live very comfortably. So I don't want to make any excuses, but it depends. If you want like a good work-life balance, things are easy. You're getting an apartment, renting a motorbike, getting transportation, getting food. It's just like easy, like getting a gym membership. There's no getting a phone. I mean, yeah, this is the place to go for sure.
yeah.
It's a good place to jump off, maybe being dependent on like parents or friends or roommates or something like that to like go out and be on your own.
Yeah.
It'll
Well,
test you. It'll definitely test you.
yeah.
For sure.
And you have been grown so much by being out here. I know this because we have been friends now for more than a year. Why did you need this radical shift back then? What kind of voice was in you that said, Felipe, leave?
Huh. I mean, it boils down to just being a little bit unsatisfied with life. It boils down to a lot of weather. To be 100% honest with you, I mean, as a kid, I've always
Sure.
dreamed. As a kid, I've always dreamed that I could skip winters. So last year was the full first winter that I skipped, and maybe like someone from Germany where winter isn't as bad. I'm not sure. I'm sure it's bad, but it's nothing like it is in Canada, right? So that was like a big motivation of mine. And like I spoke to my mom in New York and Toronto. They just had a huge like snowstorm, and it's 30 degrees and sunny here. So yeah, that was probably a couple of big reasons why.
Makes sense. And you, where do you or your family originally comes from?
My mom's from England originally. My dad is from Uruguay in Latin America.
Uruguay. So that might play into this kind of sunny attitude too, right? That the
Yeah,
wind.
my dad actually he spends a couple months of the year in Uruguay and Brazil. He's in Brazil right now. So
Oh, see, following your dad's footsteps to some
yeah.
degree. Why would you say, like, that's the last question about the past, but it just makes me curious to ask you, why would you say in Canada, of course you have more living costs and the pressure is higher, but why would you hustling there more than in Thailand? Why wouldn't you be as driven here than you were there?
I think a lot of it might be due to the business model I'm in and the time zone.
Okay.
So it's very difficult to like be motivated to call suppliers in California, for example, when it's 9 a.m. in California and they're starting their business day, it's midnight here,
Mm,
right? So if I want to call somebody at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., it's 1 or 2 in the morning.
okay.
Whereas back home, it would just be like normal, like working, waking up, having a coffee, having a coffee, and the emails start coming in rather than the emails start coming in at 9, 10, 11 p.m.
Sure.
midnight.
And I know your schedule is highly adjusted to you get up early to conquer those business emails, you work late to conquer those, and you have time in between where you go to the gym
Yeah.
and you go swimming. I understand. Okay, that's certainly a big reason. Could be another reason that you realize being out here, it's life is not just about money, but
Um,
other things too.
no, I'm really motivated by business and money, to be honest with you. But I'm learning more to just be relaxed. But I think I'm ready to make a change. I think my visa is going to end in the end of March,
Okay.
and it's time for me to move on. I don't know where I'm going to go. If I go back to Canada or another country in Asia, depending on whatever calls me, whatever opportunities are going. If I meet someone who's really cool, who's like, oh, I'm going to wherever, Madagascar. Not saying I'll go there, but
Yeah.
I kind of made a decision that I don't want to travel. I'd much rather travel with a friend, so I'm leaving that open.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Like this, will this be another potentially be radical change that you say, okay, Chiang Mai served me well, and now it's the next step. Like, might it even be meaning you're gonna hustle more and work more, or
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I think that I just need to get. I think I love it here, but I would just keep. I've had this conversation with a friend too. Like, it would be a shame if we just settled here, even though everything's perfect, and we don't explore somewhere else. The first place we left to is the place we settle is not
true?
goal.
True.
We want to explore and see other things.
Yeah. And I mean, what's your age right now, Felipe?
27.
27. See, I mean, you have a business that plummeted, and we talk about it in a second. Yet it will pay for your travels, right? So in the next 2 or 3 years, similar to you, whom I just spoke to, you could be easily exploring more, countries and make a commitment. It's like business and traveling. The time zone will still suck, but you could make the commitment to keep your businesses alive and floating and travel versus I settle somewhere else and focus on the business again and work a lot, or another outcome. It's a few options, but which one resonates most with you?
I think settling somewhere. I mean, I don't like when you say travel, I don't like backpacking or a week here, 2 weeks there. I want to go somewhere for like a month or two minimum.
Yeah.
So that's the way I've always flirted with the idea of like 6 months in a warm country, 6 months in Canada. So I'm really keeping the option open. I think I'm going to go back to Canada for the summer, so 2 or 3 months there. But when my visa expires here, it's the end of March, and
might be a little early.
It will still be a little too cold for me.
Yeah.
So I want to aim to go to Canada in May or June.
Yeah. Have you been to Bali?
No, actually, I was just speaking to a friend about that, and he was telling me how much more difficult it is there. I mean, he's having a hard time getting a good apartment. The phone is double the price, and internet is slower, and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
And he told me it's a lot hotter too, but that's okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, could be an option.
I'm open to the idea.
Yeah, it might open up other channels too in your life. There are different kind of people, not e-commerce dropshipping kind of people, but more like coaches, spiritual, however you call them, right? It's more.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really my interest.
That's why I'm bringing it up, because it could be something out of your comfort zone, like little pokes for a month just to see what does it create, and then Ubud, the co-working space in Ubud, is the internet is okay. If you work there, you definitely find other like-minded people too. So just an option to consider, like make an effort to get to know new people. And I know you have let's say not like Callum, an easy time to get to know new people and go deep. So it could be just another step. But then the question is always, as we know, traveling to a new place which you don't know, making new friends, it's like a part-time job.
Yeah, that's part of it. It takes a lot of energy. You have to dedicate yourself to going out there, putting yourself out there, right? So it's definitely a lot more work for sure.
Yeah, for sure. As opposed to going back to Canada, and it might be a little too cold, but at least you know what you're getting into. Let's talk about your business and give us a little update on the stores you have and where you stand and what you're going to do next.
So January, we the last time we spoke was about mid-January.
Yes.
Right. So the sales picked up a little bit towards the end of January. They weren't exactly where I wanted them to be. I still suspect it's just the season. February's also been very slow.
Okay.
To be honest, January was actually at this pace better than February. I had a couple big orders. I had 2 big orders on my second site that will put me in the green. But in terms of killing it the way I was in November, it's not there anymore. So I started a new partnership with friend Sebastian. We actually sat down and we built a website. It took us 2 days. So it's finished today. It's finished, and we're going to start running ads today.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
What about the first store? Did it pick up again, or was it like January, February
No,
stable?
it's still very it's I mean sales are coming in like one a day, two a day, but
Sure.
just the order value is a lot lower, and I'm not sure what's going on. I have to really deep dive into it, maybe redesign it again or
Yeah.
add more
I mean, I
suppliers.
remember that you had a hard time following everyone's like kind of opinion. Oh, this this store looks not shitty, but what was the comments that were like this looks a little old. And now you changed it to a much better design, sales plummeted. So for me it's like kind of, and I told you like be careful, like listen to your gut, right? And you were always like, why would I change anything? The sales is doing like the store is doing fine and sales. Do you think it's connected to the website?
I think it could be, and it's a little bit. I have an idea of what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it look very similar to what it did before today, and and then I'll really know.
Yeah.
So I've changed all the things,
Can you
and
switch back to the old design fairly quickly just to test for a month if sales would go up again?
I could. It would take me work though. It would be a lot of work.
Hello.
But I could,
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I would be interested to see um, if it goes back. You know, if it's really the design.
right.
Yeah. Well, what about the other store? Is it still like you said it was increasing before Christmas? You got a few bigger orders now. Is it stabilizing or is it going?
It's more stabilizing. I'd say like it's more stabilizing towards about between 750 and $1,500 net per month.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's very spacey because orders are between like the big orders. I mean, are like $4,000 orders or $5,000 orders. So
Oh, I see.
if you get one or two of those extra a month, I mean, it really can adjust the profit, right? That's
Yeah.
what happened in November. I mean, I got like six big orders, five or six huge orders, like massive orders, and it was just like whoo, took off,
Yes.
which is it was really awesome. It was blessed because that could fund literally the month of November could fund my travel for a year here. So.
Oh, I see. I see. What's coming next for Felipe?
I think just the new business model with my friend Sebastian. I'm kind of testing a new type of business model, similar to drop shipping, just different suppliers, different way to target customers. So right now we're using Google, but we're going to target Facebook ads. We're going to go lower priced items, so like more like impulse buys versus bigger $1,000 purchases.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
Is this already set in stone, the partnership, or are you guys just trying?
We're we actually complement each other really well. So I helped finish the design of the website. He's done all the forms and all of the shit I hate to do. So
Yeah.
we're gonna learn how to do the Facebook ads together. And then from there we can see if it's successful and we can see how we want to move forward with the partnership or if we want to do our own thing. We'll see. Time will tell.
Okay, cool.
Really enjoy his company, really enjoy his work ethic. So I'm super excited.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Germany won't be much warmer than Canada because I know he's going back to Frankfurt, Germany. But it could be an option for you too. I
Yeah, he
think,
invited me. He told me he's like, come. I was like, yeah, it's too cold.
but it would be nice, like, look, I think you could even stay in his apartment,
Yeah.
um, and end of March you could go there. I think it's a nice. Actually, then by April it becomes really really nice.
Yeah.
It's not
I thought
hot,
that.
but it becomes really nice. The air is really clear.
Yeah.
Last year when I came back in May, I felt high. Like I was like, wow, this is
Yeah.
amazing. And 15 degrees or so,
Felt that.
it's
I
nice.
felt that in Toronto the same. Like I didn't realize how good the air quality was back home until you go to a place like Thailand. So,
Ah, that's true.
but
So
yeah, I'm open to Europe. I'm open to Europe at the end for a month or two before I go back to Canada for sure, 100%.
okay, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Um, what are you focusing on for the next 6 weeks? Like until end of March, you're gonna be staying here. It's burning season, so you can't go really out, even though it's hot. But for the listeners here in Chiang Mai, it means rice farmers are burning their rice fields. So it's kind of shitty to be outside. It's actually dangerous for your health.
Yeah.
Um, what's your plan?
That was part of the big reason that John and I got a big 2-bedroom apartment. We have a beautiful workspace. You should come and check it out soon.
Okay.
So we have a big living room, good airflow, and we're just gonna be working all month. So I really plan on I have two VAs uploading products for me as we speak.
Yeah.
I mean, the stores are still growing,
Okay.
and we're making the third. Basically, I have 3 websites right now. So we're working on 3 websites right now.
Okay.
So
On top of your traditional stores? No.
no, I have two. I have 2 websites and then one new one.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
Right.
That sounds cool. What about your health? I know that was a big thing too.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the financial goal and you had a fitness goal. Where are you there?
The health took a big. It's funny. The health, like when all my friends were here, I was drinking and eating shitty and not going to the gym as often because I just couldn't. But my weight didn't really change. So I
Okay.
don't know if it was. I don't know if it was due to the metabolism increasing. Not sure. I hope so. Um, but I made a goal for this month. So I'm intermittent fasting all of February,
Okay.
and I am swimming. After this, I'm going to go swimming. I
Okay.
wanted to swim every day. You told me I was crazy,
Yeah.
but I can't because I found out that the pool that I go to is only open. It's open every day except Monday and Tuesday. Like that's such a Thai thing. It's 2 random days of the week where it wouldn't be open. You'd think like Saturday or Sunday, but there's no pool Monday or Tuesday. So I'm going every day, 5 days a week, and going to the gym
But
about 5 times a week.
for me, it makes sense. A lot of restaurants are closed Monday, Tuesdays too, because weekends are the busy time, right?
Yeah, but a pool. So all they have to do is hire new employees. I mean, a pool shouldn't close because they want to take a day off. It's not like a
Felipe
restaurant.
wants to swim every day and now he can't.
No, it's just that's the one. Okay, that's if there's one thing about Thailand that really I don't understand. It's just like businesses decide time isn't money. Businesses aren't about like obviously they're about making money, but if they don't want to open up that day, it's fine. Like I went to one of the most popular chicken restaurants while my friends were here on a Tuesday afternoon at noon to get lunch, and it was closed.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, like,
recently a few stores I wanted to go to were closed too, and the last 1 or 2 days I was like, oh, interesting.
if I go to the lunch place at 2 in the morning, okay, and you're closed, I understand. But if you go to the lunch restaurant at noon to go get food, it's like the time for you to make your money. You're not open,
True,
so I understand.
true.
But that's one little complaint. It's not a big.
I found it interesting being here in Thailand to learn about how they approach business, which means how they approach life, you know. And you told me about your friend who, instead of running the coffee, he has now a mobile coffee shop on a bike, and you ask him, how's business? And he's like, oh, I am having fun. I'm extremely
I'm
happy,
happy.
you know.
I
And
was
like,
like, man, that guy's that's amazing. I want that. That's amazing.
exactly right. And we are making money and not necessarily be happy. And it's like,
Yeah.
what do you, what do you want? You know, it's like this
Yeah.
Thai Buddhism of happiness, contentment, and of course you want enough money to live, but you know don't want to make too much money, right? Whereas at our in our society, it's always about making money as much as you can, and you grind, you hustle, and oftentimes, you know, for what?
Or what? Yeah.
You know, and science and studies have proven that our happiness doesn't increase beyond, I don't know, 50,000
70,
or seven, yeah,
70, 60,
something.
70.
Yes, and actually in this kind of countries it's lower, right? So interesting. Cool. That
And it's
sounds,
funny. I've been on both sides of that number, and my happiness hasn't really changed
yes.
dramatically.
See, and
So
yeah, you told me this before actually as well. Um, I want to acknowledge you, Felipe, for not only taking the time to take part in this experiment, to openly share your journey, because I know it's not like you, John, or Callum that it comes naturally, or Mary that it comes naturally for you to share your emotions. You are more like Adrian, little reserved, but you open up big time, and I want to acknowledge you for this. Like, thanks for coming on the show again, taking part
thank
in
you.
this experiment, and of course, I also want to acknowledge you for your growth. And sometimes it's called the entrepreneurial gap. You know this. You know we're always looking into the future, chasing our goals, forgetting about the journey that we have come along, and you have come along a huge journey. You know, traveling first time outside of Canada, You remember how it was when you were here the first days and how comfortable you are now? See, and your smile tells everything, and just hug yourself and love yourself for the stuff you throw at yourself, how you grew, and the amazing friendship we built over the last year. So I'm extremely grateful for this, and thank you.
I'm really grateful, Danny. Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. And as you know, I'm going to be leaving February 23rd. I definitely come by your apartment to check it out. And for now, I say thank you for our last check-in.
Awesome. Thank you, Danny. I'll see you soon.
See you soon. Thank you.
StartupGeist Podcast. Entrepreneurs are not born. We are self-made. Please leave an honest rating on iTunes or leave a comment on startupgeist.com/podcast. Thank you for listening.